Poker Tonight is brought to you by UB.net. Raise, stack, own. Welcome back to Poker Tonight. Of all the major events this past week, the most prestigious was definitely the NBC National Heads Up Poker Championship. We have the champion, Annie Duke, with us here right now. But before the NBC Heads Up was played, one of the biggest industry events took place. The Draw Party red carpet, and Poker Tonight correspondent Dave Farrow was there.
It's time to catch up with the players who are making up this year's National Heads Up Poker Championship. Are you going to get rowdy tonight?
No, but I heard Doyle's getting like crazy on it in there, so.
He's already naked. He's up there dancing with the Pussycat Dolls.
Yeah, that's going to be hot. That's why I came first. I broke through the line. I got to see Dolly naked. I'm there.
See, look at this picture that they put on here for you. Notice the amount of cleavage that is showing in that picture.
That's a horrible picture, and I was on a float, and I was sort of leaning off the float, and the guy was on the ground, so it's a really unfair picture. And people are always giving me that to sign, and I have to sign it across my boobs to sort of give me a little bit of an outfit made out of ink, so.
Level with me. How many chicks have you slept with since you won?
I just have the same girlfriend.
You had the same girlfriend?
Well, I have a different girlfriend, but I've been with her since then.
Yeah, right. Come on.
No, seriously.
Really? Good for you, man.
Thank you.
As your style, do you think that you're a great heads-up player?
I think I have a lot of style, but no, I don't think I'm the greatest player. But I'm going to have a lot of fun, and they're going to let me talk as much trash as I want. So I think I'll make it interesting. I'll be good for television. How about that?
All right, thanks, Dave. Go to rawvegas.tv for more red carpet footage. Now we are joined by NBC's National Heads Up Championship winner. She took down $500,000. UB.net's Annie Duke. Annie, thanks for being here.
I'm happy to be here in my brief moment of time in LA.
Yeah, you just flew in, right? Literally just today.
Literally, I just flew in this morning, and then I am about to fly out again to go play the Bay 101. Mm-hmm. So I've got a few hours. I'm kind of doing laundry right now to try so I can repack my bag.
Really active on the circuit for you right now. A deep run at the LAPC, then you just go and win this one, no problem. And now it's on to be a shooting star. We don't always see you at all these events. Is there a reason for kind of the more heavy activity in the poker circuit these days?
Actually, yeah. I took from October to February off mainly because I realized that when I was going into a lot of tournaments, I was like, well, if I get knocked out, I'll just be with my family, and that's really cool. And I was really taking that attitude of sort of resenting the poker because I felt like it was really taking away from time from my kids. So I took this whole chunk of time off where I really thought for long and hard about who I wanted to be. And I sort of came out the other side being like, I really do want to be a poker player, and I'm just going to find a way to balance this in a way that, fulfills what I want to do, but also, satisfies my kids. So I kind of recommitted myself to it. Like I actually credit my change in mindset a lot to the results that I've been having.
How much do you think of poker is a motivational game? Because you hear people say that. I mean, you hear, Phil Ivey's in the mood to play, so he shows up and he wins. Well, you're kind of saying a similar thing. Annie Duke's in the mood to play now, so I'm going to go deep, I'm going to win one, and I'm going to just keep blasting away at them.
There's a lot of very small edges that really can build up over hand after hand after hand. And I think that when you're not in the mood to play, you lose some of those small edges. So for example, in my case where I was like, well, I really want to get home to my kids, if I had a choice about whether to take a really gambly situation and a really high variance situation that maybe if I were really focused I would realize I shouldn't take, I would just take it because I was like, well, I'll just gamble here because either I'll get a lot of chips or I'll be home. And when you start making those kinds of choices over and over again, they bite you in the butt.
Now, when everybody hears Annie Duke at this point, they're thinking Celebrity Apprentice, they're thinking charities, they're thinking so much media stuff going on. How validating is it to come into this NBC event and not even do well, but win the entire thing?
It's indescribable to me. I kind of hear the whispers, she's not really a poker player, she's not actually any good. So I feel like, not just this, but the deep run at the LAPC, I think those two results back to back, I feel really validated. And the fact is, even if you have no issues with self-esteem whatsoever, everybody likes to be validated, So I can say all I want that I was kind of going around being like, well, I don't care what those people say, but, I did. So,
sure, absolutely.
So it's nice.
Well, you are the champion. Let's talk about your path to victory at the NBC Heads Up Championship. You faced Andy Block in the first round, who's a guy who's done well in the past in this event, and he is the ultimate math guy.
I know.
And he's the ultimate math guy. What was that sort of as a first match? Did that win kind of propel you and make you a bit more confident?
Well, let me say, Andy was not the person I was looking to draw.
Sure.
Another good friend of mine, by the way.
Who were you looking to draw? Online qualifier.
Yes.
A name you didn't know.
A name I didn't know. Right. The Caesars guy. Andy obviously is amazing at heads up, and I luckily had more cards than he did. And having gotten past him, because he was definitely, I was like, oh no, look who I drew in the first round. I'm going to go out in the first round again. This is ridiculous. They're never going to invite me back. Like, all this stuff was going through my head. So once I got past him, it was a huge confidence boost. Like, like monkey off my back, you know?
Send us on to the final match against a longtime friend.
Yes.
And, you know, back in, you know, Joe, for us, back in the video game days, like, he's like the ultimate boss at the end of a video game. Eric Seidel is a guy who seems to always take it seriously, another guy that you think doesn't really give anything up. How much did you know about him and his playing style from having known him for so long going into it? And then talk a little bit just about that match in general.
Well, here's the deal with Eric. He's just good. So, you know,
That's
really
his style. He's just good.
He's just really good and really scary and really creative, and he can go so many levels deep. The good news for that match was that after playing 3 really long days where you have to be so mentally tough for the whole time, I felt some relief that I was playing against Eric, because I knew that if I lost, I would be just as happy as if I won. And I truly mean that. So in the first match, he, I think, had a lot of trouble with me. And it shows you how good he is that in the second match, he played circles around me. Like, I had no shot in the second match. He was playing so well, and he got me so frustrated. I was playing so badly in that match because he just recovered so fast, and he's so mentally tough. Like, he's down 1. He feels like he's been outplayed, you know, and then he just comes back. He goes, well, now I have you figured out. Ha, you know, and I really took a note from that. So when we came into match 3, I kind of flipped that, and I was like, well, okay, now I see what you were doing to me in match 2. I've got that figured out. And we actually ended up playing really even until we got to, you know, 20, 40,000 blinds, and, you know, each of us had like 600. So it was like, whatever, you know.
Well, now on to another fun format up there at Bay
Yeah,
101. You're both
everybody-
shooting star bounties.
True.
Everybody wants to bust you. Any predictions for yourself, and any predictions for you and Sebok here as shooting star bounties this week?
Well, I think this is going to be a big test of how hungry I am, because I'm really tired, and I've just come off 5 days straight at the LAPC because I made it to day 5, and then obviously the 3 maxed out days at the NBC. So it's been quite a bit of poker with very little time off and getting deep where you have to concentrate, and it's a lot of work. So, you know, it'll be interesting to me to see how I wake up tomorrow feeling, and if I'm really ready to play or not. That's going to be the big question for me.
Sure.
Now, if you're ready, we're going to put you on the clock, which is, we do this every week with our guests, and at the end of the season, whoever has the most correct will get the On the Clock trophy, the first ever Poker2Nite
Yay,
On the
okay.
Clock
You
trophy.
want
Now,
this. You want
Okay.
this.
you're going to have 60 seconds to answer as many of these questions as you can. We will tabulate
Are they
and let
about
you know
me
at
or
the
other
end.
people?
Anything.
Okay,
Everything.
anything? Okay.
Anything and everything. So at season 10, you will find out whether or not you are the champion. To add another trophy to the mantle here, we
Okay.
are with National Heads Up champion Andy Duke, about to go on the clock. Floor man,
We need the clock.
start it.
All right.
Best poker movie ever.
Oh, Cincinnati Kid.
Who did I just lose to heads up on Poker After Dark?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Winner of season 1 of The Apprentice.
Season 1 of The Actual Apprentice?
Of The Actual Apprentice.
Bill Renchick.
Tie or no tie?
What do you mean by that? I don't even know what that means.
What do you like better?
Oh, tie or no tie? I got you, tie.
What is the name of the Duke University mascot?
They're the Blue Devils.
What were your odds of winning with your Queen 9 suited versus Eric Seidel's Ace King suited?
I was a 2-to-1 dog.
Other than your boyfriend Joe, name 2 other celebrities with the last name Reitman.
Jason Reitman and Ivan Reitman.
Who is the best female poker player in the world?
It depends on who you ask, which is definitely the right answer, by the way.
Who finished second to Phil Hellmuth when he won his main event title?
Johnny Chan.
Finish the lyric. You've got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away and.
Know when to run.
All right, we are out of time.
I think we
She's
should give her
left
that
some
one.
questions. I think she got it in just
I think
under
we
the
should give her
wire.
that one.
And I think she was right. All right, Annie, very well done. 7 correct, although I think you lost to Trishelle.
It was a close match.
Thanks
Ask
for
me
joining.
one more question.
Thanks for joining us, Annie. When we come back from break, Olympic gold and silver medalist Hannah Teeter will be joining us on Poker2Nite.